I came across a video on TikTok this morning when I was getting dressed to come to work. In the video, the lady was speaking about the reason why a lot of men struggle with connecting with their wives. I don't know if I'm going to be able to still find the video and probably stitch it to this one. She said that one of the things a man shouldn't do, especially somebody who is hoping to have a family, somebody who is hoping to get married, somebody who is hoping to, start his own family in the future as a young man, one of the things that men should not do was sleep with a married woman because of the spiritual consequences. And that particular stuff made me laugh. Why it made me laugh is this. I'm not saying that life is not spiritual, but we have to understand the areas in which life is spiritual. That ideology that we have, that system that we've put in place, that because we're trying to speak against something, we tend to attach spirituality to it. We need to stop it, and we need to change the narratives that we've built over the centuries, where we tend to make excuses or attribute certain things to things that we cannot explain. For example, I remember back in the days when I was really into the whole religious stuff, and we used to pray for our leaders. Why were we praying for our leaders? We're praying for our leaders because, according to our understanding, God has a better plan for us. That plans of good and not of evil. But the devil has come to possess our leaders and then, make them, instead of doing what God wants them to do, they're actually doing what the devil wants them to do. So we are praying because, as far as we're concerned, leadership has to do with spirituality. The people that are on seat are leaders that we have elected to lead us, and some of them that it wasn't us that elected them to lead us, they got into the seat themselves. We tend to claim that it was God who put them there for a purpose, thereby spiritualizing leadership, in this country and in other parts of the world. Instead of people speaking up, instead of people standing up against the system that is being put in place, instead of people, standing up and speaking up against bad governance, we rather go to church and pray that God should touch the heart of our leaders, that God should remove people who are not working according to his will. What are we doing? We are spiritualizing the entire thing. Now, the same thing comes to relationship. The same thing comes to sex. It's because a man has refused to connect with his wife emotionally, connect to his wife mentally, connect to his wife psychologically. We all attribute it to the fact that he has done something in the past which is affecting him spiritually, and that is why he is unable to connect. There are a lot of things we're not paying attention to. One of them is the fact that we fail to understand the reason why many men get married. Many men do not get married because they are in love with the woman they are dating or the woman they want to marry. Many men do not get married because they are ready for marriage. Many men do not get married because they are mentally, emotionally, or psychologically matured, ready for marriage. Many men get married because that is what society says makes you a man. At some point in your life, when you've attained certain financial status, when you've attained certain age, it is the right thing to do is to get married, to start a family so that you can build a legacy, you can build people who are going to carry on your family name, right? So a lot of men get married as a result of the pressure from society. And what they do is they find a woman who they feel like, okay, either a woman that is accepted by their family, or a woman they feel like she's comfortable to be around. Somebody who takes care of them, somebody who cooks for them, somebody who they feel is going to be submissive, somebody who they feel like, okay, this one is going to sit home and actually build a home. Somebody who they feel is convenient for their lifestyle, the kind of life they want to live. They feel this person is convenient for my kind of life, the kind of life I want to live, right? Somebody who they feel like she's intelligent enough to handle certain responsibilities. She's financially, financially stable enough to take care of certain responsibilities. Somebody they feel like she's, educated, or probably she's mentally capable of handling certain responsibilities, right? There are things that men look out for when they are settling for a woman. And in all of this, there is no place for connection. That connection is not what they are looking at. It's not what they are looking for. That is not the first thing on the menu or on the table for them, right? And another thing you should know is this: when a man now finally gets to the point where he goes to a woman's family, especially in this part of the world, and pays her bride price, automatically there's this thing that gets planted in their head, like, if I have paid a woman's bride price, then I have bought her, then I own her, right? When you wonder about why men treat women the way they treat women, it's just like walking into the market, seeing a very lovely piece of pot, like set of pot that you like, and you pay for it, you carry it home. Nobody's going to tell you how to cook with it. Nobody's going to tell you how to, wash it. Nobody's going to tell you anyhow you want to handle it, you can handle it. People can give you advice on the best way to, handle the pots to, for it to last longer, for it to serve you better, for you to get the best out of it. But at the end of the day, it is your property. It's your decision to decide how you want to handle your set of pots. This is how men see women. When they go to the family of a woman to pay her bride price, automatically that seed has been planted. I own this woman. And because he owns the woman, he doesn't feel the need to make the extra effort. He doesn't feel the need to woo her or, do anything to get her attention and all of that. Automatically, that seed has been planted in his head that because he has paid her bride price, it is now her duty to build a home. It is now her duty to make sure he stays home, with her. It is her duty to keep him. That accountability, that's feeling of responsibility, it's not there because they've done what is required of them to do, which is pay the bride price, marry the woman properly, bring her into the home, and then the rest of the things she should figure it out, right? And that is why when women feel disconnected from their husbands, when men are doing a lot of things that is unbearable for a woman, and the woman runs to the family or runs to the church to complain, people tell her, just pray for him. It's a woman's job to build a home. It's a woman's job to hold the home together. But when a man is finding it difficult to connect with his wife emotionally, mentally, whatever you call it, they say it is because he has done something that has affected him spiritually. That is why he cannot connect with his wife. That is bullshit. Please, that is bullshit. That is not true. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. A man who has refused to take the necessary steps to invest in his relationship, to have a proper relationship with his wife, it is what it is. He is being irresponsible. He just feels like he has married her, so he doesn't need to put in the extra effort. He doesn't need to take the extra step. He doesn't need to do anything other than just live his life and have fun and do whatever he wants to do. And then when the woman has taken his bullshit and gotten to a point where she's like, I think I'm done with this relationship, I can't take this anymore, then the man starts running around and starts looking for people to, pastors to pray for him, and start looking for seers to tell him what his problem is and everything. The problem is his lack of discipline, his lack of contentment, lack of value. He has not placed value on the woman he married, so he didn't feel the need to make the extra effort to build his relationship with his woman, right? Because as far as he's concerned, it is her job as a woman to keep the home. Okay, I don't know if this is clear, but please, let's stop spiritualizing a lot of things.